Hey, how's everybody today? Here we are again in the lair. A little bit of a better candle day today because we have a little bit of rain and overcast. It is so cozy in here, you don't even know. Snuggled up on my couch. And again, just felt like talking to you guys for just a little bit today about these gray areas. Gray areas, do you think about those much? What do you associate with a gray area? We associate confusion, lack of clarity, not knowing what's going to happen, what to do. Maybe the 5 W's: what, when, where, how. That's an H. Why? And so what we look at with gray areas when we even think of one, you've probably heard it even said in conversations, right? Oh, I don't want to get into that gray area. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm always about shifting paradigms. I'm here to remind you that you've been in gray areas your whole life. Life is a gray area. Everything outside that window is unpredictable, says the psychic. Everything in this room right now is unpredictable. There's nothing really that we are in a full-on black and white area about. And that's where the reason I share this with you is not to make you go, oh, great, we can never trust in anything. That's not it. We can trust and plan and decide upon and hope for clarity in our lives. I have a saying that we should always anticipate the best, but be prepared for the worst. And I find that we can walk both of those paths in life. So what I'm seeing from the people coming through my door and who are trying to deal with everything right now, that's the biggest offender right now. It's those gray areas. It's that uncertainty. And again, let me state, I'm not the spiritual person to say, don't worry, the universe will take care of all of it. I mean, it will. But while we're trusting in the universe, we still need to be human. So first of all, if you're struggling with gray areas, that's okay, good. You're struggling with them for a reason, because you care about your outcome. You care about how things turn out for you, for your family, and actually for the earth at large, most people. What I'm saying is if this concept of a gray area, I want you to now imagine that Eeyore cloud up there, the concept can become bigger than it is. We can start to just get our energy down just because we don't know. We're in this gray area, and that's when that entity becomes something bigger, something that can actually take our energy. So when we think about the proverbial monster in the closet, right, we know that that's not there, it's not real. But when we adopt the concept of something like that, the imaginative mind makes it a big, hairy monster when it might just be a little hairy spider, you see. So these periods of gray areas, the words alone are enough to instill fear into people. And that's the only reason I say to you, you've been dealing with these suckers your whole life. Now, most of us aren't going to die by walking out of our door and getting hit by a falling piano, although it would be interesting to Google and see if that's actually ever really happened. But it could. Don't you realize you already deal with these gray areas every day? And I want you to look back on your life now and think about a period of gray area, the ending of a relationship or a job or a friendship. And I want you to look back at what your fears were and how it worked out. Look back at that. Realize that in these gray areas and periods of confusion, there's still a path. It's just like going from driving during the day where you can see everything for a long ways so you can predict what's going to happen, to, okay, now it's nighttime. Now I only get 20 feet in front of me. I guess I'll have to slow down and be a little more cautious. But you're still trusting that the road's there. Unless you're a flat earther and no judgment, then you might have concerns that some of us don't. So all I'm saying about this uncertainty right now, take a nice deep breath and recognize that solutions will come and that you have the skills to deal with this. You already do. You have for years, and you're going to continue forward and move through this gray area that in 2 weeks from now or a couple months from now, you'll look back and see it wasn't that gray. There was a path. There was a solution. And that's when we get into the now of trusting. Well, if it always came before, it's going to be out in front of me now. And like that yellow brick road, yes, sometimes that stone goes down just before your foot. But it is there. And if you're ever in a space where you feel like it's not there, you have people. There's people you can reach out to. And if you don't have people, reach out to us. People are loving and good at the core. And when we're in those spaces where we don't know where we're going to go next, sometimes all we need is to hold space with somebody to say, I don't know either, but you're not by yourself. And that's what I'm here to say today. I am seeing so much love and camaraderie and connectivity in the face of all of this uncertainty in this gray area. And what I'm seeing is this deep weave and matrix of love emerging from each of us for one another. In the midst of the division, there is connectivity happening. And as these gray areas start to wane a little bit, I believe we will start to see that love reemerging and the labels starting to dissipate. Don't even get me going on labels. I've got a whole 20 minutes to go on that. So we won't do that today. Today I'm just here to say, embrace the gray areas, embrace the gray days. They're here for us. You're still here. And your solutions are there. We just don't have them all yet, but you will. And guess what? Even if you don't, you'll still be okay. And coming from a psychic medium, even if you die, you'll still be okay. So I'm going to end with that because I've got some things to do. So thanks so much for tuning in. And I don't know when I'll be back. Apparently only they know that. But I'm sure I'll see you again pretty soon. Have a good day.